Concho da pamaro dalo biru karo pamaro men chalo jango. No biru karo pamaro men chalo jango hadan. Dalo biru karo pamaro men chalo jango. Concho da pamaro men da pamaro da.
Hello guys, setting back into the history, of course that song was a song from Leo Palayeng's called Dak Kamaro, which literally means relocating to your mother-in-law's home. You know, those days people could take most things to the song, to criticize you or to praise you. So thank you very much, Leo Palayeng. That's a Chiltronics. We'll take it worldwide. Now back to the topic of the day. In this video, I'm talking about a select list of dethroned Acholi chiefs. As you all know, Acholi is one of the lower tribes, and we have to look in a reverse order today. So a good number of Acholi chiefs were dethroned, and also others made to replace, which the link of the video to others who replaced is also in the description. In order to consolidate their rule in Acholi land, the British colonialists sought to dismantle hereditary rulership of the Acholi land. These rulers, or the chiefs who were dethroned, were those who were opposed to their interest or their plan in the Acholi land. They replaced those who were removed with the appointed Rudi, which were also known by the Acholi people that Rudi Kalam, the chiefs of the pen, literally meaning the chiefs of the pen. Rudi Kalam, the chiefs of the pen. That meaning that it is just what the colonialists wrote with their pen, and it was not chosen by the spiritual god of the Acholi people. I said that those who were appointed to replace this Rudi, which I'm talking about in this video, the link to that video is also in the description of this video. You can check down, follow up on it also. The British were also very strict and did not hesitate to accept any opinion from the Acholi people. The government were dethroned, and also some of the Rudi Kalam, as a reminder, Rudi Kalam are the Rudi who were appointed by by the British. The list of them are a little bit exhaustive, but to get it straight, the first one is Rorawija Bok Lutanyamoy of Payera. Rorawija Bok Lutanyamoy was a chief of the Payera chiefdom. He was a really bona fide chief chosen by the spiritual gods of the Acholi people, and he was leading in lineage of the family of his father, but he was dethroned. Let's look into this. He was arrested in 1912 by the British colonial government on allegation of possession of firearm, a term which they used to call it tram tap by those days. He was convicted, imprisoned in Colonial in Kampala City, and dethroned with immediate effect. Payera got divided after this incident. His sons, Yona Odida and Elia Aleke, were appointed to replace their father and lead Payera. Payera, which was divided in 19. Yona Odida took cover West Payera, and Elia Aleke was assigned the East Payera. So Payera got divided into East Payera and West Payera in 19. Very antipathetic. The second Ruot to be dethroned by the colonial government, Ruot Onong Tingtra. He was a chief of Lamugi. Ruot Tingtra, we did not get his photo. Many of them we did not get. Even the illustration was very, we hunted left and right in Wikipedia, Encyclopedia, British Library, which were online, Google Scholar, and we could not. So Ruot Tingtra of Lamugi surrendered to the British colonial government around the Gurgur Hill. The Gurgur Caves, at the hand of Lamugi Rebellion in March 1912. Analytically, you may realize that surrendering of Ruot Onong Tingtra of Lamugi could have been the one that marked the hand of Lamugi in 1912 against the British government, because they actually became weaker without a powerful leader. He was arrested, dethroned, and sent to prison in Kampala. His younger brother, Utawa Lamugi, was enthroned to replace the third chief, is Rorotawa Yai of Lamugi. His reign lasted between 1912 to 1919. He was arrested and jailed for alleged misuse of tax collection to fund a trip to the opening of Namirembe Cathedral in November 1990. Now, you see, this is something I've been telling. Rorotawa Yai of Lamugi was dethroned, that he misused the fund for opening Nam Cathedral. I think we will talk about much of this in other video, and I think you are getting it a little bit interesting also about these things. Imagine the same colonialists are the ones who are behind missionary work. If you tell people, most people deny. You see, the projects of the church were being handled by the colonialists in conjunction with those they call missionaries. No wonder they took things like cow shell, which the Luo call it gagi. The Luo use it for witch doctor purposes. I don't know what they used. They gave us the Bible and took gagi. Anyway, I know I might be talking to many people who are strongly into faith, but let's leave that part. We will get into that one later. Now, looking at the fourth Ruot who was dethroned, you get to find Ruot by the name Worolia Obatiak. Worolia Obatiak stayed in power from 1885 to 1923. That means he stayed 30 years in power. Worolia Obatiak unfortunately committed suicide instead of facing the colonial rule or British law for killing his wife. That is how it is claimed, killing his wife. He did not want to face the ignominy of being hanged by the government. Actually, many people have been consulted, say that he did not kill his wife. It is the British who planned and killed his wife, and they wanted, because of the plan, to make sure that they remove it. You know, these people who stay in power, they want to devise dynamic means to push out their opposition on all those people who don't agree with. That's how sad he ended up hanging up himself. I hope Ruot Pierre does not do that. Pierre Obatiak. Anyway, that's just a joke. Ruot is the fifth on our list for the Ruot who were dethroned by the colonial government. He stayed in power from 1923 to 1928. He succeeded Worolia at the instigation of the British. Remember, Atiak preferred Ruot Olia's choice because Olia left a will and he had named someone to replace him after he had already hanged himself, which his people had the responsibility to make sure that that person is Olia. But the British wanted someone else, and that someone is Ruot Bongo of Atiak Ruot. I know I might be even talking to the descendants, but this is the fact of our history. It does not call for any tension anymore. No, we are just learning so that we know our root. We're not free without any leader who says art or history is useless. That leader wants to kill your root. Me, I'm a scientist, but I must say art is as equally important as science. So who was that Ruot? That was the choice of Olia in his will. Let's see that. Chamchoni Uponya. I think Chamchoni is a word for Samson. Actually used to call Samson Chamchoni Uponya was the Ruot who was meant to replace the Olia. But instead, the British chose Ruot Bongo. Look at the missionaries who were colonial. They did it. And that Ruot was still young rather than Bongo. But the British prevailed and Bongo Ruot assumed the throne, which was not meant. And as fate would have it, he proved incompetent. He was incompetent and untrustworthy, having misappropriated a bull meant to be paid as Luke. Luke is an enlobment fine. You having sex with someone's daughter before marriage, that one is paid in a culture. You who is watching, if you are an Acholi and you're not yet paid, the Luke or a wife whose Luke has not even been paid, it should be done. But I'm not meaning you should rush. If there's no money, you look for the money. Don't give anyone pressure. That's just a joke. Back to the serious one. After Bongo Ruot proved incompetent by corrupting the bull meant for payment of local and local fine, he prompted DC Bwana Samson to remove him from the office in 1928. The sixth on the list is none other than Ruorachero Bongo Ruot II. He was also sometimes called Mandela of Atiak. He stayed in power from 2003 to 2005. Just see this when we were already born. 2003 to 2005, we were already alive and kicking during the time of LRA war. He was enthroned when he was still in senior 2 at a secondary school in 2003. He was dethroned by the Tia Council of Elders for improper conduct and replaced by Ruot Santo Pierre in September 2011. Guys, I don't want somebody to come say, McToon O'Brien did this and this. McToon O'Brien is gone political. No. That's not what the CEO of the Luo Online does. We're here for truth. That's how the great Pierre Santo came into power. You see this? I don't know if you're feeling it amazing or you're seeing that I'm not making sense. But I think we are near that. Surora Pierre was able to replace Ruot Achero Bongo Ruot, whose father corrupted the money meant for Luke, who replaced Olia of Atiak, who hanged himself, and his choice was Ruot Chamchoni. The British is the one who put his father. Then again, Ruot Achero Bongo Ruot was just a young guy in senior 2 and 3 when LRA war was already going on. He was dethroned for improper conduct by the Council of Atiak, and he was replaced in 20 by Santo, who is a very powerful Acholi diplomat. I don't mean to support it. You know, a diplomatic person can be very dangerous. Baruli as well can also be very good, depending on how they are. I'm also a diplomat, if I don't mean to kid. So Pierre entered office in September 2011. Now what Andre Lagara of Batoro is the 7th person who was dethroned. He was arrested, imprisoned and dethroned by the British colonial government for unauthorized appropriation of funds, travel to the opening of Namireme Cathedral in 1919. So he also faced the other problem, the other guy was chewing the money meant for the traveling to the opening of Namireme Cathedral. We still have a lot of contents to tackle from this. We still have a lot of contents to tackle. And the hate on the list is Rochera Laconiero of Patero. He was arrested and convicted by the British colonial government for involvement in a murder. He was arrested, dethroned, and imprisoned in Kampala in 1938. Rorokela now of Alur marks the 9th road to be dethroned. He was arrested, imprisoned in Kampala, and dethroned by the British government for partaking in the Ramogi rebellion of the 1912. Rodla Kiringa, the Moy of Paimol, those guys of Agago, the people of Agago, your road has appeared, marks the 10th road. Road of Paimol, Kiringa, the Moy, not Malamoy. Somebody may start singing Malamoy, Duaga Paji, ye, paying my care, Duaga Digi paying. But it's not Malamoy, it's what Ngalamoy. He valiantly resisted the British colonial government in the Paimol Rebellion of October 1918. Paimol Rebellion was a very serious rebellion, but it was not a down. It was not exhausted in this, but we will go down to the people and dig out that oral pact of Gassas Bailey by the imposition of Rod Ahmed of Amiel, a different jurisdiction on the Paimol people. Lakiri was arrested and hanged at Iltop Kitgum in November 1918. Number 11 is Rorogala Rio of Parumu. He was also arrested by the British colonial government for rebellion and hanged at the Hilltop Kit in November 19. Hilltop Kitgum in 1918 was like a hanging place really over there. Who resisted against the enforced government of this colonial time. Sad, very sad. Rorokedi Obumiapach marks the 12th road to be dethroned. He was arrested by the British government for alleged inconclusive involvement, some death in Rome, arrested and imprisoned in Kampala, and dethroned in 1916. Number 13 is Worshau Lagony of Padibe. Worshau Lagony of Padibe was arrested and hanged by the British colonial government before a watching public at Gang Ming in Kitgum in 1922. After the death of government soldier, British colonial, he was hanged while people were seeing at Gang Ming. Hanged before his people. Let me not go unprofessional. The 14th one is Rod Lagony Por Moy. Rod Lagony Por Moy Coach. He was removed from power by the British government in the year 1923 and replaced Prince Isao Okelo of Otae Okelo Muakalamogi of Bobi Pura, who became a Ruar Kalam. The reason is unclear, we will still dig. He became a Ruar Kalam. As I said before, the list is exhaustive, but we still continue. Number 15 is Wargualamenyo Pura, arrested and dethroned by JRP Postlet aka Buana Guano, for being involved in the 1914 assassination of Pura Utera Okelumura Lengomoy, while died in prison in Masindi in 1917. The 16th on the list is Rorwo Palaro. He was dethroned by the British government for being hedged and incompetent. Number 17 is Rorajom of Alur. He was ruled from 1913 to 1918, thrown by the British for defying a hunting ban by the River Shwa. So the British had to ban people from hunting by the River Shwa, and yet we are the River Lakes Nilot. Man. Number 18 is Rod Lay of Powell abdicated. Rod Lay reigned 1914 to 1916 when he abdicated following the merger by the British of Powell and Atiak. So Powell people were merged under Atiak. I'm not calling for a breakaway. I'm just saying all this. Guys, take it easy. The last, which is number 19 on the list, is Warukeny Paibana. This comedian here, Bonsa word Paibana. Get to know your word. Rorokeny of Paibana is number 19 on our list to be dethroned. He was dethroned in 1914 by the British colonial government because it was merged under Paicho. So he's also abdicated. So two clear road abdicated because their chiefdom was merged under another one. That is Bakenyi of Paibona. After Paibona was merged under Paicho, and then Rodley of Pawel under Pawel merged under the Tiak. So one thing we must know is the reason for dethroning all these roads or punishing them were not true. Killing wives, corrupting money going to Namorembe capital, hunting in the River Shwa, and the rest and the rest. They were either untrue or a violation of the right of the Acholi people. Thank you for watching this video. Soon I will start calling myself Road Maktuno of the Luo. I'm the Road of the Luo. So I don't know if you will call me Road Kalam or the one appointed by two spirits of Avanti. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to continue my hunting, so I wish you a nice time. But I will meet you if you subscribe to this channel. Thank you.